to another episode of Figuring Out Epilepsy, where we talk about all things epilepsy plus more. Today we have a very special guest, Will Bermudez. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing today?
I hope everyone's doing well, having a seizure-free couple of days into the new year, and let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know this, but I actually found your account through your mom.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so
Okay.
snitching her out right now.
That's crazy. That's cool though.
Yeah, she messaged me. I forgot. I had to look back at her messages, but she messaged me and she started talking about you and like how you have epilepsy and you play baseball, and she told me to check your account out, and I was like, okay. So I check it out and I'm like, okay, I like this kid. I was like, I read I don't know, I clicked on a link and I read kind of a little bit about your story with epilepsy, but I first wanted to know, how'd you get into playing baseball?
So my older brother loved baseball and he played baseball. So growing up we'd always play wiffle ball outside and my dad was a coach, so that just got me into baseball and just always seeing it around, my brother playing it, my dad being coach, me seeing it from the stands. I've always been around baseball my entire life. So it became like my thing to do, my thing to always be better than like my older brother, 'cause
That
it's
brotherly
just yeah,
competition.
exactly. Yeah, because I love my brother to death, but when it comes down to sibling rivalry, so to speak, like it's just you have to like that internal push to keep going.
I get it. I get it. I have two brothers. Well, two brothers and two half brothers,
Hmm.
and I'm the only girl. But I always wanted to be like my brother, so I would always like compete with them, be like, "Nah, I'm better
Yeah,
than you."
exactly. Hmm. Yeah.
That's cool though. That baseball is big in your family, then.
Yes. Yeah. And my
Yeah,
family is big. Hmm.
yeah. That's
That's
how it was for my family too. Baseball
yeah.
was big in our family.
Yeah. Baseball. I don't know. Baseball, I feel like teaches you a lot about life because you fail a lot of the time, and it's a
Yeah,
lot of mental things. Like you can do everything right and still fail. And I feel like
yeah.
that's a good correlation in life, and you can do all the right things but then still not make it to where you want to go.
So
So,
do you think that baseball kind of helped you when you got diagnosed with epilepsy?
oh, 100%. At first I was like confused. I was like I did everything right. I was like I did everything in school right and baseball right, like being I thought I was doing like being a good person, and it's like why is this happening? But then at the end of the day it's like why shouldn't I be using this as a bad thing? It's just another thing I have to deal with. Like it's
I love that. I love your positive attitude towards it because it took me 20 years to accept my epilepsy. I was
Mhm.
like living in denial when it came to it, and I refused to like live my life as if I had epilepsy. Like I tried to live my life like I was never diagnosed with epilepsy, just
Mhm.
like everybody else. And I
Yeah.
think that's where a lot of my problems came from, was me being in so much denial.
Mhm. Yeah, it's no, it's definitely tough. Like, I know for like the first, I don't know, first couple months, I was just like, "Mm, no, like yes and no. Like I can feel like stuff going on. Like I had a couple seizures, and like then when I started taking medicine, I kind of felt better. But then it took a while to figure out the right medicine that had that long lasting effect.
Mhm.
So, yeah, to this day, like I just think of it as, it's just something that I just have to deal with, and like it doesn't define me. Like epilepsy shouldn't define who you are. It's just like
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. It's like when you're sick, like that little cold doesn't define, oh, like you're always gonna be a sick person. That's like no, it's just a little bump in the road for right now, and that's all it is.
Exactly. See, I love that. I love that. So when did you get diagnosed with epilepsy?
So I got diagnosed with epilepsy 2019. And I think it was like September, October area, like that around that time.
Hmm.
2019.
How did you get diagnosed? I think I read that it was from a baseball injury.
Yeah, so me and my teammate like collided. So I was trying to go for like a ball, like a pop up, and I dove, and he saw me at the last second and tried to like jump over me, but then kneed me in the back of the head. Yeah, so he kneed me, and like I felt paralyzed from like my hips down for about like 15, 20 minutes. And like a couple days later, I lost like 5 years of memory for
I read
about,
that.
yeah, for
Yeah.
like 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. And yeah, so at the time I was 17, but I thought I was 12. So for those 3 weeks, yeah, if I met you from 13 to 17, I did not know who you were.
That must have been hard for your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, it was very tough because like I didn't recognize a lot of people because 5 years like a lot like you
It's a
change a lot.
lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
change a lot in 5 years. So a lot of people that would come to the house to see me, I was like very scared and very like timid to meet them or see them, and I would like be talking to them, and then they'd leave, and I'd look to my parents like who are they? I don't know who they are.
Did you
And
know
then
who your parents were though? Like your family, your immediate family, your siblings, your parents?
yes, yes, and kind of no. Like I knew their face. Like I knew their face. I knew like that was my dad. But I was like, why did he change so much? Like I knew my mom. Like why did her hair change? Why did like these
It's
things
like
change?
you kind of remember them from like how you pictured them when you were younger or how you
Yeah,
knew them when you were at that younger age.
yeah, hmm
Oh, that must have been
yeah.
hard to live your
Yeah, it
life
was.
like that.
That was very, very, very difficult at that time, and yeah, I knew like nobody from high school. So yeah, we like went to like walk around my high school. Like my best friends would come up to me, and I'd be like I'm Will, nice to meet you. Like I don't know who you are. Like I didn't know who they were.
Was it hard
Yeah,
for them?
yeah, most definitely. Like it
Yeah.
was definitely a difficult time for like like anybody that I knew or anyone that knew me, because they didn't know how I was gonna react to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could see you every day. We can be great friends, but then after the injury, it was like, oh, like all that's gone. Like there's no. I was like cold faced because I feel like I couldn't show emotion because I
Okay.
was so like everything's so new. Like I couldn't show any emotion.
Like
It was a weird time.
you're trying to play like catch up with everybody, huh?
Oh, most definitely. It was like nice to meet you here. Oh, this is whatever. He's been your teammate for 4 years. Oh, nice, nice, nice. It was just like on and on and on. And then one day at dinner, everything just came back. So yeah, it was.
Were you doing anything specifically that made your memory come back, or it just
I was eating
was it
sushi.
you were having sushi? Do you guys
I
normally
was-
eat sushi?
yeah, sushi's like my like guilty pleasure. I love eating sushi. But yeah, we're just eating sushi as a family, and they'd always ask me questions. Like my neurologist would be like, okay, like ask him questions like over and over to see if he would remember things about high school or about things that he would do on a daily basis when he got older. And they started asking me about my teammates on the team, and I started to know him. I started to know him, and then I was like, keep asking me more questions, please, like keep asking me. And then I kind of got back like within those couple of days, like everything started coming back. So yeah, it was a very weird and wild
Was it like a
experience.
floodgate? I'm so like I don't know what the right word is, but I'm so interested because like I've never experienced that, nor do I know anyone who experienced that. Like I have bad memory as people with epilepsy, we have bad memory, but
Yeah.
to lose 5 years, I'm kind of curious as to how did it go down when all your memories came back? Was
Yeah,
it
it
like a
was.
flood or was it a little
Yeah,
at a time?
it was. It was. I don't know because you can say it flooded in some areas, but then other areas are still like I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Was it
but like a lot.
overwhelming for you?
Oh, most definitely, it was overwhelming. Yeah, I went from knowing nothing to knowing a lot, and then they would ask me about some areas, and then I would
Mhm.
just know nothing about that. It was weird. It was a very weird like kind of you give some information and you get some information type thing. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
And
so
it
crazy.
was a weird 3 weeks.
Yeah.
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 hmm
And I could just imagine like I have a 13-year-old, I have a daughter, And I could just imagine, like, from your parents' perspective, like, that must have been emotional for them. And
Hmm.
then for you to get your memory back, I would have bawled. I would have bawled. I would have
Yeah,
cried so hard.
yeah, most definitely is. It was a surreal moment, honestly. Like the joy that you could see in everybody's faces, that I'll never forget. Like everyone was just so happy.
I'm
Hmm.
glad. I'm glad that, you got your memory back. You're okay. How often do you get your seizures?
So actually, I think 3 years or 2 years seizure free. Yeah,
Oh, congrats.
yeah, yeah. I think August 2nd, 2021. So it'd be going on 3 years in 24.
Are you going to celebrate? You need to
Oh,
celebrate.
yeah, we're gonna celebrate. Mhm.
Do something.
Yeah,
That's,
it was tough finding the right medicine. Find the right what works for me. Like my body, I have to take a baby dose of one medicine, but then take like a higher dose of another.
are you good with the side effects from the medication? Because I think the hardest one of the hardest parts of about having epilepsy is trying to figure out what medicine works for you and what side effects you can deal with. Because
Mhm.
with the medication, you're going to have side effects.
Yeah.
And I've had some medication where I was like having panic attacks. I was having like some really dark thoughts.
Mhm.
There was one medicine that was making my gums all swollen. I was losing my
Really?
hair. My weight
Wow.
was going up and down. It was a mess. I'm really sensitive with medicine,
Okay.
so not everything works for me.
Got it.
How is it like for you trying to figure out what medicine works for you?
So for me, like medicine makes me drowsy. Like a lot of medicines make me drowsy. And I know in high school and also in college, when we would like slowly take medicine and up dosages, like it would knock me out.
Oh
Like
man.
yeah, and especially with like sleep medicine,
Yeah.
when like I can't take sleep medicine now. Like we realized like sleep medicine we can't take because they would say take it at 9 and it wouldn't hit me until like 12, but when it would hit me it would knock me out for like 12, 13 hours.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
so we'd have we'd have to take it at like 5:30 so I can be in bed by 8 to wake up at 8 to go to school.
So how are you able to function and
Yeah,
then play baseball on top of that?
exactly. So yeah, my senior year of high school, because my incident happened my summer going into my senior year. So my
Okay.
senior year was pretty much a bunch of experiments of medicine.
Oh
Yeah, it was
man.
experimenting with this type of medicine
Yeah.
and putting these two together and all that, and we just we could not find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 2020 was just we're trying to figure it out and we just couldn't.
Sometimes
And
they do like a cocktail of medications too. So it's like you're trying to get used to a bunch of different medication all at
Mhm.
once.
Yeah, it was tough. It was very hard for me because my body just didn't feel good at all. Like it never felt good. Yeah.
So how long after you got diagnosed with epilepsy did you start playing baseball again?
So my case was different because I was still on like the concussion protocol aspect because it happened from like a severe head injury.
Mm-hmm.
So I got diagnosed like September, October, and I played November, but I didn't play baseball since May, like end of May, because that's when my injury happened.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah, my first seizure was in September, and I got diagnosed in October. So from May to November, I didn't play baseball at all.
Okay.
Hmm.
Were you
Yeah.
like itching to go back on the
Oh,
field and stuff?
yes, yes. Yeah, I was going crazy. I was going crazy. And then I could only exercise for like uh, one day was like 15 minutes a day. You can only exercise because the
And
amount of movement on your head, because
mm-hmm.
for my concussion, I was like, okay, we're gonna bump it up to 30, and like 45, and like an hour. But it was like I could not play baseball because it was too risky for my brain.
And before epilepsy, how long were you exercising for?
Oh my gosh, like all day. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
What a big
like,
difference going from all day to like 15 minutes.
yeah, it was, yeah. So now it's like how it used to be, like all day I can do whatever. But at that time, it was super slow and gradual, so I didn't hurt myself even more because my brain, because that was a very severe concussion, and my body was going through a lot of things with epilepsy as well. So it was
Yeah.
like we don't want to chance anything, we don't want to rush anything. Like this can be very detrimental to your health in the future. So like let's take our time.
Seizures definitely take a lot out of you. I don't know when you have a seizure, but when I have a seizure, I'm asleep for like 2 days. I
Hmm.
only get up to use the restroom and like eat something,
Yeah,
like something small too, not even like a full meal because I just can't keep it down. It
yeah.
takes a lot out of your body.
What type of seizures do you have?
I have tonic-clonic seizures.
Okay.
Yeah. I used like I like my seizures are weird because I would always get them right when I would wake up.
Oh.
Like right when I would wake up. It was always in the morning right when I wake up. So I actually used to think that I had the ones that you had, the myoclonic seizures.
Chronic.
Yeah, I thought I had those seizures because it like when I went on the Epilepsy Foundation, it says that normally they happen in the morning. I'm like, all my seizures are in the morning. Maybe that's the
Mm,
kind because they told me I had tonic clonic, but there was more to it that
God.
than what they were telling me. Because I also think that I have catamenial epilepsy, which is the ones where females get affected by. They around their menstrual cycle,
Oh,
they'll have like more seizures around that time, and that's how mine are.
mhm,
So I felt like there's more to my epilepsy, and I was trying to figure out, okay, why do I have it? If I could just pinpoint it, like
mhm.
maybe I would be able to be seizure free one day. But I just been diagnosed with tonic clonic. All my little
Yeah, that's,
seizures that I have.
yeah. No, it's very. I would say it's very hard with epilepsy to like pinpoint exactly what it is
Hmm.
and like exactly
Yes.
what like for each body. Cause, dang, when we like, you can have a seizure and it can just be completely different, and the reasons why it happened are different, and all those things, and
Yeah.
it just can throw everyone for a loop and not know how to really deal with it. It can be tough.
Exactly. Exactly. And then I think the hardest. I think what makes diagnosing epilepsy so hard is the fact that we are all different. We
Mhm.
all have different triggers, and we all experience epilepsy differently. So it's kind of hard to like, find a cure or find a treatment that's going to work for everybody when everyone is so different with how they're living their lives with epilepsy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you did you ever do you know what your triggers are?
So my triggers really are like if I don't sleep, like if I yeah, I need to get sleep. Like
Yeah.
sleep's very, very, very big for me. If I don't eat, like if I don't eat and I don't sleep, like it's gonna be a bad day. Those two,
Same.
yeah, those are my two big triggers. Like I always have to be like having food with me. That's like a granola bar or something. Like I if I get too hungry and I'm exercising and I didn't have a good night's sleep, like it's gonna be it's gonna be
Yeah.
bad. Hmm.
Yeah. The eating and sleep are big triggers. So is my menstrual cycle, and then artificial sugars too is another big one, and stress.
Mm,
And
okay.
stress is another big one for me.
Oh wow. Yeah, I never thought about the artificial sugars and stuff.
I
That
noticed it because I have a really big sweet tooth. Like
okay.
it's been like this since I was little.
Okay.
I used to finish all my Halloween candy on Halloween. That's how
Dang.
bad it is. That's how bad it is. So I was like, I really need to stop eating so much candy and stuff. So I went like a whole month without eating any candy. And then I had like one little piece, a little small piece of Jolly Rancher, and triggered a seizure. So that's
Wow.
how I found out that like artificial sugars I can't do.
Dang. It's crazy. It could be like the littlest thing that we never even knew.
Yeah, and something
Like
that like you've had or you've been, doing or eating your entire life. Like I've since I can remember, there's so many pictures of me with candy in my mouth.
yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to think back, like before we were diagnosed. It's like how we lived our life, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, like we were doing all these things that cause seizures now. That
What a
just
huge, what a
yeah,
huge
just
difference. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just our brain just all it needed to do was just like do something, and then now we have like it was dormant before, and now it's active. And
Yes. Yeah.
wild, our brain is definitely a wild creature. Mhm.
It,
Yeah.
it definitely is. Yes. Do you have a hard time with sleeping? Like falling
Yes.
asleep?
Yes, I do have a very hard time falling asleep. So I really have to like make sure, okay, TV off, like phone to the side. Like let's just work on like breathing, work on like meditation and just try to go to sleep because if I don't go to sleep, like I know my repercussions. That's like I
Yes.
really really have to, especially when we're traveling for baseball. It's like
Mm,
okay, like yeah, I know we're gonna get to the hotel late. Like I know it's gonna be after a long night game. So like shower, go to bed. Like
that's
no, like no.
that's that must be hard to kind of manage,
Mhm.
traveling, playing baseball, and then having epilepsy. Because I know when I travel, I usually that day when I land wherever I'm at, I usually need that day to like get rid of the jet lag and or if it's like on the East Coast, I need to get used to the time difference
Oh,
and just give my
true.
body some time to adjust to everything
Mhm.
that it just happened to. And then same thing with working out and stuff because this year my goal is to get fit. So
You got it.
I, thanks. So I've been trying to run and do more cardio because I absolutely hate cardio. It's the worst thing ever.
it, it is the worst.
So I've been trying to, but every time I try running, I notice that my eyes start twitching. And then usually when my eyes start twitching consistently, that's when I'm about to have a seizure. So I'm like, okay, I need to chill. So it's really crazy that how, you live your life where all these things can possibly trigger a seizure, but you've been seizure free for so long. That's amazing. You really got a handle on how to manage your epilepsy.
Yeah, like it was I would say my medication, my diet is the biggest thing, right? Like I try to eat like a very like high protein and high carb diet, like chicken and rice, or like steak and like a potato. Like I have to have like protein and I have to have carbs in my diet.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, I think that helped me a lot actually. And then my medication of finding it and
Hmm.
finding that because I had like a little like episode where it was like, okay, we're gonna up our dosage now, and like my body like shut down, like I passed out because the medicine was too strong for me.
Oh my goodness.
So that happened right before we figured out, okay, I have to because I don't know if you heard of Onfi, like clobazam. So I take that and I take Depakote. So
I've
Onfi is a
taken
controlled
Depakote.
yeah, so Onfi is a controlled like medicine. It's like a small white little pill.
Okay.
So my neurologist and I figured out like, okay, I have to take a baby dosage of this, and then I can take a higher dosage of my other one. If I
Okay.
take like the adult dosage of the Onfi, like it was not going to be good for my body. Like it's too much for me. It's too powerful.
That's
So
that's that's crazy.
yeah, it's so my body is like it's very weird with medicine. So like I tried, I don't know, is it I don't know what the other one's called, but yeah, it's like for certain medicines, it's like the baby bare minimum dosage, and that's fine. And others, it's like I have to like bump it up a lot. It's weird.
That's crazy. What
Yeah.
what um what advice would you give for someone who's trying to like work out and be
Hmm.
more active when they have epilepsy?
I say listen to your body. Like
Okay,
I think that's for people with or without epilepsy. Listen to your body. Right. You can only
for
push it
sure.
so much. Right. And for people with epilepsy, like if you know your triggers and you're going and you can feel something coming on, just stop. Like take it as your break and then go again. Or figure out like a different way of doing it. Like let's just say if jogging or running causes like or triggers you, okay, walk with like an incline. Like
That's what I've been doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of running, I've been doing an incline
Mhm. Yeah,
instead.
just yeah, sure. Try different things that can work for you, and see where that takes you. Because I know for me, there's times where like I'll be running and I'm like, okay, I'm getting like a crazy headache, and one of my triggers is having bad headaches, like migraines, and
Hmm.
it would be like I'm like running, and then I guess like the bobbing while I'm running like causes a very very strong headache, and I'm like, okay, I have to stop. Like my coaches know, like everybody knows, so I get put to the side, and then we go into like a cold, dark room, and then I can just close my eyes, and then like my trainer's right there next to me with my emergency medicine if I need it,
And it
and
helps.
it helps me a lot. Hmm.
That's good. That's good that you have such an amazing coach and trainer and teammates that are right there helping you out.
Yeah, I've been blessed most definitely with having people in my life that have understood and not like judge me for what I have, and have just helped me like get better, and just like, okay, like this is something that like you have, like we're all in this together, like let's figure it out, like we'll figure it out together.
So what do
Hmm.
they judge you for?
No, like like the stigmatized, like, oh, like they have epilepsy, kind of like watch out, like you never know what they can do type thing, you know
Hmm.
people. I know people, a lot of people don't know what epilepsy is, I feel.
They
Yeah,
don't. I've met so many people who don't.
yeah, they don't know how to treat it, they don't know, like if they see, they don't, like they just don't know, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's still, I don't know, a condition that is not put to light a lot. So
Yeah.
if I think, just as a society, if you don't know about something, you're gonna want to stray away from, or like not look at it in a good lighting or a positive way. So, it's something that I've had to deal with a little bit, like learning about it and learning about stuff. But my core group of friends and family has always been there for me and always have helped me in the right direction. So I'm very blessed to have that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I think what has helped me is the reason it took me so long to accept my epilepsy is because I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. But I think, having a good support system, like how you have with your friends and family, definitely helps. Because I'm very close with my family. We we talk about a lot of things, but even then, I was back when I was kind of in denial. I kept it to myself, and now I'm like, I have a podcast and social media all about epilepsy, and I really try to tell people just, be open with it and find a support system. It doesn't necessarily have to be like blood relatives. You can find a support system. I think that really helps when you have a group of people who is like, okay, we got you, whatever
Yeah,
you need.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Having support helps a lot. You
Yeah.
know, my analogy is like if you're lifting a heavy weight. If you do it with one person, it's gonna take a toll, and it's gonna be very hard. But if you have multiple people and they all are pushing towards it, like pushing that weight off, like it's gonna be easier. So that's like my little like analogy to keep me going, to help someone in need, and then when I'm in need, when people help me, not to be like, oh, I can do this on my own, like I got
Yeah.
this. Like really accept the help, and like don't be don't be
Exactly.
like that person that like pushes people away. Hmm.
Exactly. Don't be like me or how I was, who just pushed people away and wouldn't want help from anyone. Don't
No,
be stubborn.
we're all like that. Just part of human nature. We think
Yeah.
we can do it on our own. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get that feeling where you were like a burden? Because I know a lot of people with epilepsy have
Yeah.
that.
Hmm. Yeah, and especially when I was first learning about it, and when I first was diagnosed, like I could not be in class. Like I just couldn't focus, and I'd always
Hmm.
have to like raise my hand and be like, "Can I leave?" Like because that was part of my. I could leave and take walks to like relieve
Hmm.
my headaches and stuff. So I would always do that, and I felt like, oh, I'm like disturbing the class. Like I feel like I'm disturbing the class. I feel like I'm disturbing the class. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like people must hate me for being in class with them because we'll be in the middle of a lesson and I have to leave, or like I'm the only one that has sunglasses on in the class because the lights are too bright, and like the projector would like flicker sometimes, and like I needed to have sunglasses so it didn't bother me.
Yeah,
So I'd always be like, dang, like people are like looking at me different and weird, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Like people always have opinions of any like of somebody else. Like as long as I know and like my support system knows like what's going on, like that all the other stuff doesn't matter.
exactly.
Yeah, like who cares? At the end of the day, like it's irrelevant like how I don't know, like the haters, so to speak. I don't know. That's
Exactly.
lack of a better word, but everyone's gonna have an opinion. It's good and bad. It's just knowing what's true to yourself and just keep pushing through.
Yeah,
Mhm,
live your life. Who cares what
very
people
true.
say?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm. Long as
uh,
as long as you're having fun and as long as you're living it to the best of your potential, and who cares?
there you go. There you
Mhm.
go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, I also read that you work with Challenger Program, I
Oh,
believe
the
it's
Challenger
called.
program. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. So for about 4 years, like all my high school and then my first year in college, it was this Challenger program. So I teach kids with different types of conditions like cerebral palsy, like autism, a bunch of different things like Down syndrome, how to play baseball. So I teach them like the basic fundamentals. Like we'll like roll them ground balls. We'll play catch with them. We'll teach them how to hit. Then at the end of the day, like they'll play a game.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and it was a blast. It was so much fun, because it ranged from kids from like 3 to like 30 or 40 years
Oh,
old.
I
Yeah,
love that.
it was cool because it showed that the game of baseball can bring anybody together, like no matter what it is, no matter if you're just a so-called normal person, right?
Yeah.
Normal and
Yeah.
quotation marks, that has nothing wrong with them, or someone that has like cerebral palsy or stuff where they can't live on their own and they can do things, like you're not restricted. You can do whatever you put your mind to, and it's
Exactly.
great to see that. It's great to see, especially in the sport that I love to teach. So it was amazing.
How'd you get involved with that?
One of my friends was like, dude, do you know about this program? And I was like, well, what is it? And he told me about it. I was like, we're going Sunday, like let's go. Like I'll bring, like I'm gonna call like all my teammates, like we're going. And that's how it happened.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. I love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah, you can definitely do anything as long as you put your mind to it. I think
Exactly.
that's one of the things that my dad always tried to like stress on, because sometimes I'm like, I can't, I have epilepsy. And my dad would be like, no, Sam,
Mhm.
like you can do it. You
Yeah,
can do it. You just gotta figure out what works for you.
exactly.
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
Um, did you're at UC Irvine, right?
Yes, I'm at UC Irvine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you're studying in psychology and sociology, I believe I read.
So I'm majoring in psychology. I want to be like a sports psychologist, and then I'm minoring in sociology. So just my whole path, like career path, or not career path, my whole path through epilepsy and through like my head injury, like taught me like the importance of like your mental health, especially during sports, and how like that stress and pressure of you have to be perfect can get to you. So
Mm-hmm.
in college, I was like, I completely want to change what I want to do. Like I
Were
wanted to be
we?
an aeronautical engineer. Like I wanted to build jets because I was gonna go there.
Oh,
I wanted to be Top Gun in real life. That was my goal since a
I see
kid.
it. I see
Yeah,
it. I see
yeah.
it. You can definitely still do that if you wanted to.
So that was something that growing up I was like, this looks so cool. I wanted to do it. But then, like seeing the help I was getting and how happy that they were that I was doing well. I was like, this is something I want to do. I want to help, athletes going through a lot of stress, anxiety, or mental things that they're going through, like help them be able to, you know, let that go for the time so they can hyper focus in their sport, and
I
that they
love
can,
that.
yeah, epitomize their focus to help benefit and optimize their performance. So that's something that, I want to do after I have a long, God willing, long baseball career. Mhm.
That I love that. I love that you have a plan and then you didn't let your epilepsy stop you from achieving your goals.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
love that because I am guilty of this, and I've seen this in the epilepsy community that sometimes we don't go after what we want because we feel like epilepsy is just going to get in the way. And
Hmm.
you are a perfect example of just because we have epilepsy doesn't mean we can still go after our dreams and our goals.
Yeah, thank you. And I feel, you know, that no matter what is put into your life, right? You have to have no regrets. Like at the end of the day, you have to have no regrets. And
Exactly.
I hope one day it's like I put everything I had into trying to achieve, and if I land short, I land short. It's like what's that old saying? Like reach for the stars, and if you land on the moon, like it's okay.
Oh, I
So
love that. I might make that into a post.
like
I love that.
so it's something that my dad and my mom have instilled in me as a kid. Like go for it. Like try everything you can to achieve what you want to achieve, and it's if you don't, you don't. Like it's okay. Like don't, like just give everything you have into something, and if it doesn't happen, it's fine as long as you have no regrets into it, because regret is the biggest thing, like the biggest, like dang, like I could have done this, like I could have done that. It's like
Yeah.
nah, just you give it all, you'll live life fine.
It's better to try than not try at all.
Exactly. Hmm.
Definitely. I'm gonna hit you up though, because I'm also studying psychology. I study psychology in Channel Islands.
Oh nice.
So we can have study sessions.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be really really cool.
Does
Mhm.
it was going to school ever hard for you? Because I know with me, my memory sucks. I'm horrible at taking tests. So
Yeah.
I always felt like I had to work like 10 times harder just to be able to pass my classes.
Yeah, so school is school before my epilepsy and everything. Oh, easy. Like, nah, I'm not trying to say, like, not trying to toot
He's
my own horn, but
bragging.
yeah, like I was the type of person that like I can just look over like some notes and be like, all right, and then go take a test and do very well. After epilepsy and after everything, oh my gosh, I study for hours and hours and hours, and it's just like sometimes it doesn't click. So the biggest thing for me that I've learned that helps me the most is like little bits at a time.
That's what
Like
I do.
spread it out as much as I possibly can. Like so like that week I'll like be like, okay, if it's chapter 1 through 5, I'll do like 1 and 2 one day, and then like 3 and 4, and then 5, and then do like a big review. And then what helps me is right before, like the night before, like hit the main points and then go right to sleep. That's like
That's
my
what I do.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Right.
can't do those like long study sessions. I had to break them up. I have to do little pieces at a time. Otherwise, like I start getting a headache, I'm starting to get stressed out, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah. But also like my school has like a disability center,
Mhm.
and epilepsy like counts under like a disability in the disability center. So like I get my own like study room, like I get my own like test taking room that I can, so like there's not like people around me. 'Cause when there's people around me, like I like to like look and like I daydream a
Yes.
lot. Yeah, I
Yes,
daydream
that's
so much.
me.
So like it helps me like really 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 focus. And it's like okay, I'll take like deep breaths and I'll try to calm down, and it's like okay, now let's retake the test, and then I'll go, and then if I don't know a question, it's like okay, deep breath, let's reset, skip it, and like that helps me a lot rather than like okay, let's just super focus. It's like no, just relax,
Yeah.
relax, like calm down.
Yeah, I have that problem where it's like any little movement, I'm like
Yeah.
like the dog from Up Squirrel.
No, yeah.
That's me. So it's like that's good that you take advantage of the resources that they have at your school. I know they have that at my school too. I just never taken advantage of
Have
it.
to.
I'm bad.
No, you have to. It honestly helps me. It helps me a lot. It helps
That's
me a
good.
lot. They like give me extended time, especially on um like screen tests, because like
Mm-hmm.
how it is. Like if you're looking at a screen for me,
For two, yeah.
so like yeah, they give like extended time for me. Like I take like a break. Like like if it's over an hour, I think for every hour I have like a 5 minute break to just go and like get some water and just walk and then come back inside. So like everybody's different, but for me, it's helped me a lot.
I need to talk to my school and see
Hmm.
what they can help me with. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
that would definitely be beneficial. I do most of my classes online though,
Hmm. Okay.
because I don't drive and it's just too much. I
Yeah.
got a lot I got a lot
Yeah.
of things going on.
I
Single
got you.
mom, school, work, all that. So it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see what they offer, and if it works for you, it works, and if not, it doesn't. Like it's okay. Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about like I'm just prying into your whole life right
No,
now.
you're good. You're good.
What about like because I get this question a lot. What about dating and epilepsy? Is it
So
hard for you? I don't know if
um,
you have a girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do have a girl. Yes.
Oh,
We hit a year December 6th. There's a lot.
oh nice.
Oh yeah. I would say dating with epilepsy can be tough. But I feel like the right person for you is gonna accept you no matter what, right?
Were you nervous to tell your girlfriend that you
Oh,
had
100%.
epilepsy?
I was nervous, but we knew each other prior, so she knew I already had it.
Okay.
But so yeah, but she surprised me. She got certified to like be able to handle seizures. She went to like the Epilepsy Foundation and
She
got like
got epilepsy or seizure first aid certified?
seizure.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, she's amazing. She helps me through everything. Um, she keeps me on track. Like, did you take your medicine the time you're supposed to take your medicine? Like, yes, I did. Okay, all right, just making sure. Because like I'll be busy sometimes. Like, oh, I'll take it in like 5 minutes. Like, let me just finish this real quick. She's like, no, take it now. Because then you're gonna be drowsy in the morning, and then it's just gonna be bad. Like, take it now. I'm like, okay, I'll take it now.
Oh, I
So,
like her. She sounds like a good one. I like
yeah,
her.
a lot. She's amazing. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
how was her reaction when you told her, like actually saying it to her?
She was like, you know what, like I know, I've like I know, I'm not judging you like by any means. Like, I'm so happy that you told me. Like I feel like that was like a weight like carried off your shoulders. Like like we're gonna pull the weight together. Like I got you. And
Does
I was
she
like,
have any concerns?
at first she asked me like, okay, like what do I do? Like if you were to
Yeah.
have like at first she asked me like what do I do? And I told her. And then I think like a couple months later, she was like, "Look what I got," and it was like the certificate of like her being seizure certified. And then I was just like, "Wow, like that meant a lot to me." Mhm.
But see, if you're trying to date someone with epilepsy, take notes from his girlfriend. Surprising them with being seizure first aid certified would mean so much to us, honestly. If a dude came up to me and was trying to date me and he got seizure first aid certified, I'll be like, yes, you're like we're gonna make this work. We're
Yeah.
definitely gonna make this work.
So I feel like I don't know we feel like it's such a burden to be like I have this thing that I have this condition. When in reality, it's like in the dating world and in anything, it's if they are meant to be with you and they truly
Yeah.
like you for who you are, they're not gonna care about
Yeah.
what you have. So
Took
yeah,
me a while to learn that lesson because
yeah,
when I was out in the dating world, I was told that no one would love me because
mhm.
of my epilepsy. No one would want to deal with my epilepsy. So that really left like a scar,
Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
I had to kind of like reset my mind and how I saw myself. Because for the longest time, I saw myself like how that person saw me. Like no one would want to deal with me.
Yeah, it can be traumatizing. Most definitely how like people how people can have an opinion so strong.
Mhm.
Like it can leave a mark on you. It changes your mind. It's tough. It's tough when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. It's done. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I would love to actually have her and get her
Oh,
perspective on dating someone with
good.
epilepsy. I think that would be interesting. You guys
That'll be
can come back.
okay.
Both of
We
you guys come back on the podcast and we'll talk to you both.
okay. Part two coming soon.
Yes. Yes. That's gonna be amazing. Cause yeah, I get that question a lot. I'm like, I don't really know. I haven't dated in a while.
Yeah,
But that's good. I love your girlfriend. She's awesome. She's so cool.
it's amazing.
Um, I don't know if is there anything else that you would like to share with everybody?
Um, anything I'd like to share? Okay, I would say the biggest advice that's helped me is always put one foot in front of the other. No matter if you have a bad day, if you had a seizure, or you feel like the world is just kicking your butt, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Because when one day happens, you look up, you're going to be in a completely new destination, and it's going to be better than where you were before. So that was something that my dad told me when I was first hurt, first injured. He's like, Papa, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep doing it no matter what. Like you're just one step better. Like you're 1% better. And then one day you're gonna look up and then see where you are. It's like wow, like look how far I've come. And you don't realize it until like that day comes. So just keep pushing. Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's the perfect way to end this.
Yeah.
That is the perfect way. Oh my goodness. You're such an inspiration. I loved your story. I loved
Thank
your
you.
story and how positive you are. I really think that we need to change the way we view our chronic illness and our epilepsy and not see it so much as a negative thing or a burden on us and our families, but see it in a more positive way. And I think you're doing an amazing job with that. Keep it up.
Thank,
Keep up the good work. Keep being you. Keep killing it.
thank you.
And
Yeah.
where can we find you if people want to?
If yeah, so like you can find me on like Instagram and yeah, pretty much that's where I'm most active is on Instagram.
Same.
I don't know where I can put my Instagram, but you could tag.
I'll put your Instagram link in the description box
Yeah,
down
yeah.
below so you guys can follow him. He
Mhm.
has such an awesome story. I hope you guys enjoyed and
Yeah.
we'll see you in
Thank
part 2.
yeah, yeah, thank you for having me. I love what you're doing. I love that you're putting light to epilepsy and letting more people know, like the ins and outs of it. And it was really cool like going through your profile and seeing what you're doing for our community. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it when people say I'm doing a good job. Because I never know. You're always your harshest critic. So I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.